platted at the corners and made her open many of her acquaintances wonder if perchance she had few drops of celestial blood in her veins. Her nose was broad and flat, and its nostrils were always dilated, as if raising her an effort. Her mouth, with thick lips, was a long straight gash across her face, made an angular by her unusually big jaws. But nature, as if ashamed of her meanness in fashioning the face, molded a body of unusual beauty. From her neck to her small feet, she was perfect. Her bust was full, and her breast rose up like twin roses in full bloom. Her waist was slim as a young girl's seemed to have stolen the curve of the crescent moon. Her arms were shapely ending in small hands, with fine tapering fingers, that were the envy of her friends. Her legs, with their thin ankles, reminded one of those lifeless things seen in the shop, displaying the latest silk stock.
Look the face of that bird. She's so hopeful. But wait, look at that kind of body. It's so amazing. And she was full, and her breast rose up like a twin roses in a full bloom.
Yes, I agree with you. This may be a homely woman, but check out that body. So perfect. Forget the face, look at the body.
And
They're looking at me. They just want to see my body. Every time I walk around wearing this kind of clothes, their eyes keep following me. They look like slave of my body.
The homely woman brought to our house.
I hate my body. I hate it. Why would I have a perfect body, but my face is not? Why would nature give me a body like this, that a guy would want to get from a woman like me? I hate it.
When the night came, she turned to writing while away the long night spent brooding all alone. Homely girl is writing and stated that little things, little lyrics, little sketches. Sometimes they were the heart throbs of a woman who wanted love and sweet things whispered to her in the dark. Sometimes they were the ironies of one who sees all the weaknesses and stupidities of men and the world through eye made bitter by loneliness. She sent them to papers which found the little things acceptable and published them. To fill space, she told herself. But she continued to write because it made her forget once in a while how broad her life was. And then came into her life a man with a white blood in his veins. He was one of those who believed in the inferiority of colored races, but he found something unusual in the light. Ironic tirades from the pen of an unknown writer. Not in the lyrics, no. He thought that those were superfluous effusions of a woman belonging to a race of people who would not think of writing about anything except love. But he liked the light, airy sketches. They were like those of the people of his race.
what if I asked her to go to see her personally? Maybe I would write her a letter so we can meet up together.
The next day, the homely woman had a letter asking her to go outside. She's been surprised but scared, but she answered yes. So the homely woman put his most uncomfortable clothes and met the white man who sent the letter to her. She listened to him silently. Then he woke up from the spell and, as if ashamed of the outburst of confidence, added irrelevantly,
But you are different from the other woman at her age.
Because I'm ugly and have a shape of figure.
I do not mean that. We do not seem to care much for a convention. Filipino girl would not chaperone a man.
He looked at her impersonally as if trying to find some beauty in her.
I like you. I've been looking I never come across more interesting girls for a long time.
They meet again and again. Thoughts, pleasant thoughts began to fill her. As she at last found one to like her sincerely. She was ready to believe. As a friend, as a pal, who understood him. And the thought gave her happiness. As a pal, as a friend, who understood him. Such as she had never experienced.
One day, an idea took place to the mind of the homemaker. She will show the real figure of her body and let the white man see the true figure of her body.
I know this is not the best idea, but I don't want to lie anymore. I want to let him know what is hiding inside this big truth.
From the bottom of a very old rock, she unearthed one of those flimsy, shady things that had lain there unused for many years. As she looked at herself in the mirror before the appointment, she grudgingly admitted that her body had lost nothing of its sainted beauty. The white man was surprised, pleasantly so, accustomed as he was to the feudal body of woman of his race. He had to confess that there was something of unusual beauty.
When have you been hiding such a beautiful figure like this?
I didn't know it was beautiful.
I know it's not polite to tell a young lady that she's a liar, so I won't do it.
But, well, let us talk something.
At their next meeting, she wore a pale rose Filipino dress that softened the brownish skin. His eyes lighted up when they rested on her. But whether it was unbeautiful light when she dreaded it, she could not determine for it quickly. No, it could not be that beautiful light. He liked her for herself. Please believe she treasured fun. They had a nice long ride out in the park, where the winds were soft and faintly scented and the bamboo trees decided to love. We visited a little or away the Lipa Chapel, with the roadside where a naked man nailed to the horse. Look at them with eyes which held all tragic sorrow for the sins of sinning. He turned slightly red. In silence, they left the little chapel. He held her inside the heart, but he was back.
Aiden,
The small light that slanted on the corner for almost 2 minutes.
Yes?
I love you, man. Oh.
Why do you do this to me? I just show my real figure to you and you're going to tell me you love my body. You have just been yourself, like others.
And with a clear smile, she passed with it.
White Man, played by Glenn Marco Lawrence.
Men 1, played by R.J. Sunglao. Men 2, played by Gerald Apakagal. Men 3, played by Jane Mark.
Sonoro. Narrator 1, played by Paolo Tolentino. Narrator 2, played by yours truly, Alban Culam.
Me! Oh,
And the store girl, played by Charmaine Saka.
oh, Desire by
Inspired by
Basta ba rin?
Hindi siya naman si Mary, cameraman.
si May! Selfie.